Ryan,
Yes?
I feel like we're missing something this week.
Are we?
Oh my god, I know what it is.
You forgot today there's news tonight!
What?
Today there's news tonight!
Huh? Hello, Paper and Gamions.
And welcome to Today There's News Tonight.
I'm your host, Miranda.
And I'm Ryan.
Top stories for tonight.
A backstory behind the creation of The Journey.
An exclusive preview at the first episode of Deconstructing The Loop.
And reviewing what 2025 has in store for Fruit Comics.
We've got all that and more on today's episode of Today There's News Tonight. Hey, isn't the creator of Deconstructing the Loop the creator of this very show?
Huh, weird. Never thought of that. Anyway, let's take our weekly stop at the Paper and Games blog.
After last episode, Ryan, have you been keeping up with the Paper and Games blog?
Almost certainly. I saw a new post today about the creation of The Journey that had some screenshots from some earlier versions of the game.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. What did it say about the journey?
Well, at first it described the original concept to the game, being just a school project where you had to make a simple little platformer game. But while developing the game, there was a major bug within it that allowed the physics of the game to get a bit crazy.
The physics?
Yep. As you know, The Journey is well known for being a momentum-based platformer, with you often needing to use your momentum in order to make it somewhere higher up, or avoid certain objects. Well, that all started from a glitch. The original concept was that if you got stuck in glue, you had to press a certain button in order to escape said glue. However, as the game continued, the getting unstuck button became a lot more than that.
How so?
Well, it became the bounce button, of course, and now The Journey had an identity. It had what made it different.
That's really interesting. Is there anything else that we can look at about the creation of the journey?
Yep, but you're gonna have to go to paperandgames.com for that.
Can't wait to check it out.
Well, you know what it's time for.
Breaking news from Paper and Games? You can now buy posters based on several of your favorite projects right now at paperandgames.com.
Can't wait to buy a big bomb guy poster. Although, don't tell him I said that.
Don't worry, I won't.
From the world of Pencilified Studios, we finally have a release date for Bounce Up and Bally's Journey. Bounce Up, a prequel to The Journey, releases on March 21st, 2025, for free on itch.io, GameJolt and paperandgames.com. Bally's Journey, the comic strip made in collaboration with Fruit Comics, releases on Global Comics, Tapas, Webtoons and several other places on April 9th, 2025, right after the 4th issue of The Little Pencil.
And finally, we've got an announcement from Fruit Comics. If you bought the Paper and Games calendar at paperandgames.com, you would already know this, but there's another Fruit Comics quick flick coming called Merry Christmas, Mr. Pencil. This quick flick stars Mr. Pencil as he meets a whole new, but familiar cast of characters. That releases on Christmas Day, with the epic Apple comic releasing a week earlier on December 16th. Not that those two tie into each other, but if you bought the Paper and Games calendar, it reveals the date, so we may as well tell you now.
But don't worry, Today There's News Tonight isn't over yet. We've still got an exclusive preview at an upcoming full story productions audio drama, Deconstructing The Loop. Luckily, it's an audio show, so you'll be able to listen to it right now. Have a listen.
Good evening, Loop City. I want to make it very clear that we didn't want this to end the way it did. We truly didn't. That thing is coming for us whether we like it or not. And we all know the solution. We all know the only way out of this is to turn that machine on. Just think of it this way. You won't remember this day. You'll just be stuck in the last day we had that was safe. You'll never know the difference. You may think that we didn't fight, but we did. We tried. We fought that thing, but everything we did just led us to where we are now. I hope that one day we'll make our way back to a safe world. A safe world for us all. But for now, this has been your president signing off. May God bless us all, and please enter the train.
you for boarding this adventure.
Another day in Loop City, one of my favorite places on Earth. One day I'm gonna explore the stars. I'm gonna see what this world is really made of.
Watch where you're going, Stevenson.
Sorry, Stephanie. Won't happen again.
Good morning, Loop City. It looks like a great day today. Blue skies, sunny. What else could you ask for?
What else could you ask for? What a beautiful day. Here we are, Loop College. I'm going here for as long as I can remember. Back in the day, hanging out with my friends, Cameron, Joseph, Harry. I had fun back then. Back when I had friends.
So, Greg, last time you were here, we spoke about your disdain for your friends after what happened.
I wonder what that person was talking about at the beginning.
Oh, that voice from a radio or something. Yeah. Sounded like something serious was happening. Maybe you can discuss it in your theory corner when the episode comes out.
We're going to have stacks of stuff to talk about there, considering the first issue of The Little Pencil is coming out next week. I bet that's going to have a lot to talk about.
Isn't the co-host of Theory Corner the Little Pencil himself?
Yep. Hope he doesn't spoil anything.
You know what? Why don't we discuss what Fruit Comics has coming up for the whole year?
Sure.
We begin in January 2025. You know, this month.
I'm pretty sure they know that, Ryan.
Well, of course. At the start of every week, there's a brand new issue of Fruit Comics Weekly. The last one was pretty interesting. We'll talk about it eventually during the timeline update. January had the beginning of the Little Pencil comics, as we said before. And that'll be exciting. From what I heard, this first comic retells a story of a Pencily Halloween, then following how the Ricky we saw in A Pencily Halloween eventually becomes the Little Pencil.
That's interesting. Well, in February, we've still got Fruit Comics Weekly every week, because of course we do. And we've got the second issue of The Little Pencil. Now, I heard that this issue retells the story of the first Little Pencil book. That'll be a lot of fun.
It sure will. March has our next major release alongside the other things we've mentioned, with Pears vs. Apples launching in March on Global Comics and paperandgames.com. The comic follows up on Pears vs. Apples prologue, obviously, and shows the Pear-Apple War and how it affected the life of Epic Apple.
Oh, that'll be interesting. It's almost like an introduction to the Epic Apple of the Fruit Comics Ultimate Universe. Well, April as another new thing from Fruit Comics, as well as Fruit Comics Weekly, The Little Pencil and Pears vs. Apples, with their collaboration with Pencilified Studios, Bali's Journey beginning this month.
Then May just has more from those comics.
And then June comes around, and it's the big one. The final issue of Pears vs. Apples releases in June. There's more Fruit Comics Weekly, more Little Pencil, more Bali's Journey, but on June 11th, we have the beginning of The Big Bomb Guy Season 1. Following the Big Bomb Guy as he enters the Fruit Comics Ultimate Universe, the Big Bomb Guy struggles to find a purpose for himself. Well, that's until, of course, he meets the Elementals and the Perimeter Patrol.
And we already saw how he could meet the Perimeter Patrol, right?
That's right. In the final issue of Captain Martin, we see the Big Bomb Guy, who has been taken prisoner on Asgard, used as a bomb to attempt to destroy the Perimeter Patrol. So I guess it's pretty safe to assume that the team survives this, and they later meet the Elementals. And especially considering Port Stick is a part of the Perimeter Patrol, it seems there may be a big connection between the two teams.
Yeah, well, in July we see the ending of The Big Bomb Guy Season 1, as well as the first issue of Fruit Comics and the Full Story Productions comic series The Loop Chronicles, showing different perspectives of the incident as we described during Paper and Games Fest 2024. This will be pretty interesting to read after hearing that preview from Deconstructing The Loop.
It certainly will. Well, August is a pretty big month for Fruit Comics. The 6th of August has the first quick flick of the year, Ruler, which we spoke about last week, but it also has The Little Pencil Retold Season 2 and the beginning of the Elementals comic series. The Little Pencil Retold Season 2 follows the Little Pencil after the events of the first season, as an alternate version of himself from the past appears in his timeline and causes something known as the color wash, which removes all of the color from the world. It's now up to the Little Pencil and the rest of the Smart Group to stop the old Little Pencil. That all begins on August 13th. And then the Elementals follows the team after the events of the Big Bomb Guy. And that's all we can say for now.
September is another big month of Fruit Comics, with more episodes of The Little Pencil Retold, more Fruit Comics Weekly, another issue of The Little Pencil, the final issue of Bali's Journey, another issue of The Loop Chronicles, and another issue of The Elementals. But we also have the beginning of The College. Set in the Fruit Comics universe, The College follows a group of 5 students, Jade, Kevin, Little Apple, Zach and Jack, as they attempt the Fruit Pencils College, run by some of your favourite characters like Epic Apple, the Magic Sandwich and Rose, alongside some newcomers like Mochamola and Epic Orange. The college is a mockumentary with chaos appearing in every episode. The show runs alongside the Little Pencil Retold Season 2 as, let's just say, the two have a little bit of a crossover.
October's next, and we begin the month with the final episode of The Little Pencil Retold Season 2. But not only that, we continue with the College, Fruit Comics Weekly, The Little Pencil, and The Elementals while having the final issue of The Loop Chronicles. That's going to be a big month for sure.
Then we have November, The Quiet Before the Storm. Of course, there's Fruit Comics Weekly, the final episode of The College, The Little Pencil, and The Elementals, but that's about it.
December, we have all of the things Ryan just mentioned, along with the first issue of Epic Apple, as we previously mentioned, and the second quick flick, Merry Christmas, Mr. Pencil. All we're going to say is that quick flick ties into Ruler from back in August. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow, it really is interesting going through what Fruit Comics have in store for 2025.
How are they going to get it all done?
I think that people over at Fruit Comics would like to know the same thing.
Well, we'd like to remind you guys that the Paper and Games official Discord server is open right now. We've already got a few members over there having fun, so you wouldn't want to miss out on the fun.
I heard the CEO is in there.
Who, Charlie? I mean, of course he is.
Maybe he could help us with our theory crafting.
You guys are talking about him as if he's not the one writing the words you're currently saying.
What?
This is a scripted show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who do you think wrote the script?
You?
Oh, I don't care that much about Paper and Games. You've seen my Twitter and Blue Sky accounts.
I've never heard of those accounts.
Oh. Well, you should follow the Big Bomb Guy on Blue Sky. I post about once a month.
I'll make sure to, Bomb. Thanks for the suggestion. Well, anyway, that's the second episode of Today There's News Tonight. Thanks for coming around.
Can I say the thing this time?
Nope. Have a good night, Paper and Game-ions.
That's just not fair.
Sucks to suck, Ryan.